So apparently there are rumors going around that we are going to be getting a new Batman Arkham game, and I think for a lot of us that would be extremely exciting. And I've mentioned this before in the past that I didn't want a new Batman Arkham game, and the reason why is nothing to do with the fact that I don't love the Batman Arkham games. It's just I don't want its legacy to kind of be tainted if we are to get another crap release, right? Because let's be honest, pretty much nobody loved Suicide Squad. It was not a great game. The combat was extremely repetitive. The story was very bland and boring. I wanted to see more out of that, unfortunately, that we just weren't able to get. So I don't really have super high expectations from Rocksteady at this point. But apparently there's a rumor going around. It's not technically confirmed, but they're working on a new Batman game or a new Batman Arkham game that's allegedly going to be a sequel to after the VR game Batman Arkham Shadow. So if that is true, that should be very interesting. However, I don't know if I trust Rocksteady to make another good quality game following that whole Suicide Squad stuff. And we waited so long for Gotham Knights too. Like, you guys remember when Gotham Knights got announced and everything, and we saw the gameplay, we were kind of getting excited for it. And it was like, it was good. It wasn't amazing. It felt a little bit dull. And I think that the Batman Arkham games surpass them by like a landslide, right? It's not even close. So I want to just make sure that if we're going to be getting a new Batman Arkham game, that I want it to still remain up to that top quality that we got with the previous four franchise games that we got. Now, to be fair, there's of course games in that franchise that some people don't like, but that's neither here nor there. The gameplay was at least top quality, combat, stealth was all very good. The stories, for the most part, were very good. Had some pretty good side missions in there, boss fights, stuff that we kind of were lacking in the other games, in the other, like, Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad. While those games had, like, side quests and stuff, it's like, come on, none of them are on the level of the entire Batman Arkham franchise. But if we're going to speculate that there's going to be a new game, I said before I didn't want a new Arkham game, but that doesn't mean I won't play one. It'd probably be a lot of fun at this point, because it seems to me, I don't know if I'm the only one who noticed this, but there is a lack of quality these days in making a good story mode game. And I think a lot of that stems from just a simple corporate greed, money. A tale as old as time. The corporate greed aspect of things kind of puts a damper on the entire make a good solid quality game, where they don't really care about making the fans happy. They just want a quick cash grab. They just want to make that money quick, plain and simple. And it's like, I get it, right? You're a business, and at the end of the day, your goal is to make money. I get it. But like, you have to make it quality to have fans coming back, right? Because think about it this way. When Batman Arkham Asylum first came out, I didn't play it like right when it first came out. I probably played it around 2012-ish, 2013. I played it like after City came out, but before Origins came out. And I really loved him. But that's what got me into Batman in the first place. And I don't want someone's first adventure and first experience into a Batman Arkham game or into a Batman game period to be a game that's obviously just a quick sell, quick grab, quick money maker, make a quick Batman Joker storyline and dip out of there, right? Because it's very possible that they could just do that. It's very possible to have a cop-out answer of, oh, let's do a Batman and Joker thing. I really hope we don't, because we're not going to have Mark Hamill. It's going to be Roger Craig Smith and Troy Baker. And no disrespect to them. They did an amazing job playing their roles. But they are no Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, because those are massive shoes to fill. And I think that people are just going to buy it anyway because it has the Batman Arkham logo on it, right? It's the same thing with, like, the GTA franchise. As soon as GTA 6 drops, it doesn't matter the quality of the game. People are going to buy it because it's got that name brand to it. And you can apply that logic to just about anything in life. The name brand stuff usually sells more because they have a reputable name brand. So I really hope that Rocksteady puts a lot of effort into this game. And I really hope this is not just like a remake of one of the previous 4 games. I really hope not. Because, like, not everyone got to play Batman Arkham Shadow, right? Because not everyone had a VR headset. Now, I got to experience it. I bought a VR headset for that game, And it was a very, very good game, and I had a lot of fun doing so. But not everyone had the money to just go out and get a VR headset. Mine came with the game, I guess, but even if it comes with the game, I think it was like $400 for me after taxes. Like, I got like the cheaper version because I wasn't gonna be spending $500 on a VR headset. Let's just be honest, it just isn't practical. So, I don't want to sound like too negative or whatever, but put it this way, right? It's been 10 and a half years. 10 and a half years. 2015 was 10 years ago, guys, since we got a reputable console Batman Arkham game. Now, you could say, well, Suicide Squad's canon. Get that out of here, bro. Nobody counts it as canon, bro. If you're going to argue with me that Suicide Squad's canon, I'm probably going to kick you right in the balls as hard as I can. Like, you don't deserve to speak after saying stuff like that. But regardless, yeah, 10 years since we've had a solid quality game where a lot of people didn't even like Batman Arkham Knight. So if you didn't like Batman Arkham Knight, then for you to have a solid quality Batman Arkham game, it'll have been over 12 years. 12 friggin' years. 2013. That seems like a lifetime ago now if you really think about it. But like I've said before already a couple times in this video, I just want a solid, good quality Batman Arkham game. And I think the rest of us want that too. But let's say, for argument's sake, that we go down a different path, because I've said this for a bit now. I want a new Batman game from scratch, from fresh. And the reason why is I just don't want the Arkham games to get tainted with a bad game. But it's not just that. It's just these games were specifically designed for Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy. Why do we just bury this franchise here, right? We love this franchise, right? And don't let Rocksteady make it, okay? Like, let's let WB do the job. Like, I don't want to sound harsh or anything. It's just, with Suicide Squad versus Gotham Knights, I much prefer Gotham Knights, despite the fact that the graphics and the world detail in my eyes wasn't quite as good as Suicide Squad. I still thought that the side missions and the story mode was actually better as opposed to the Suicide Squad. And I think that, yes, having good gameplay is important, but I also think the story mode's important. And I really did enjoy some of the level designs as well in Gotham Knights. Like, I know the world design was better in Suicide Squad, but some of the missions where you had to, like, go underground and you go down these tunnels and stuff, and it's creepy, it's dark, you're dealing with the Court of Owls, those missions were actually quite, like, they kind of had you on your toes a little bit, because it almost had that horror game type atmosphere. So if we were going to make a new Batman Arkham game, or not a new Batman Arkham game, just a new Batman game, I'd want WB to be the one to do the job, because they already also have experience in making Batman Arkham Origins, right? And in my opinion, I don't know where you guys stand on this, Batman Arkham Origins is the second greatest Batman Arkham game of all time. And it's very interchangeable with Batman Arkham City. I could even see myself putting in the number one spot. I know that there's people out there who had issues with glitches and stuff, which to me isn't usually the biggest deal breaker, as long as it doesn't actually break your game entirely and ruin and corrupt save files and stuff. It's not usually a big deal. In fact, a lot of glitches are quite funny, actually, so I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I know some people get really nitpicky about it, but it's very interchangeable with Batman Arkham City for me, right? I mean, a similar length story, which at the time people did criticize the Batman Arkham Origins story, but actually the origin story is actually a bit longer. The boss fights were clearly better. The combat was similar, but I'd probably give the slight edge to Arkham City on this one, if I'm going to be honest with you. But here or there, it's quite being a bit nitpicky. The point is that I want WB to make the latest Batman Arkham game. Unless there's something going on with them that I don't know about, because you guys are going to have to let me know down in the comments below. Maybe there is something going on with them. Or maybe, like, it's better if Rocksteady makes it for a certain reason. I don't know where their companies are at right now in terms of making games. If WB is already working on a project, this, that, or the other. But I still think WB should at least be involved in maybe making some DLCs, helping out with some side missions, helping out with the combat, literally anything that they can help out with to improve the quality of this game. Because nowadays, like I said, games are all about the cash grab, right? You get games that don't belong with battle passes, getting the battle passes, the skins, the add-ons and everything. DLCs I'm fine with. Then when you get to stuff like battle passes and stuff, that's where you lose me, if I'm going to be honest with you. And I have some ideas for a new Batman Arkham game that I can make a video on if you guys want. So let me know if you guys want to see that. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace!